Hello, good morning, guys. So, I welcome you all to the OVAP Shastra University inauguration ceremony. Uh, for those who don't have any idea about OWASP, OWASP is a non-profit foundation that works to improve the security of the software. We follow four core values in OWASP. OWASP is open. Everything at OWASP Shastra University is radically transparent, from our finances to our code. OWASP is innovative. We encourage and support innovations and experiments for solutions to software security challenges. OWASP is global. Anyone around the world is encouraged to participate in the OWASP community. Integrity. Our community is respectful, supportive, truthful, and vendor neutral. So, when we come to any organization, then security would be a major concern. Like if you take any financial organization, or if you take any marketing related organization, or any educational institution, security would definitely be a major concern. They need to protect all the resources, they need to protect the portfolios in case of a financial company. So, security would definitely play a major role, and security is evergreen. Like suppose if you take any other domain like machine learning or artificial intelligence or web development or app development, then the trend would be rising and falling depending upon the situation, but security is evergreen and we need to protect our organization. Let us consider a person who has developed a big organization, but if the security is weak, then he cannot progress. So security would play a major role in your day-to-day life. I'm Sai Aditya Vishwanathan from third year CSC, pursuing my BTech in Shastra University. So I'm a certified ethical hacker and a cybersecurity researcher. From here, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Kavita ma'am. She's an experienced in cybersecurity, digital forensics. So we would be glad to hear some valuable words from you, ma'am.
Thank you, Aditya. Shall I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning to one and all present here. Very happy to see that our organization starts that OWASP chapter. So I welcome and honestly, I am encouraging everyone who they are trying to contribute for our society. And thanks for this opportunity to give me a small talk that I can give some small introduction about that security and the need for the security and what are the existing methodologies or mitigations are available. So what can be done and the do's and don'ts. So this is a very small session. So I cannot explain everything in this particular small session, but I can give small introduction about what is cybercrime and what are the different type of cyber criminals are available and what is the need for that cyber security and what are the different kind of products are existing available and what are the things need to be done in future. Okay, so I think that this session can be eye opener and who is not knowing much about that uh, the cyber world may have some idea about these things and can try to contribute something for that society through their knowledge. That is I am expecting. So now I am going to that presentation mode. Please wait for a few minutes. Aditya, is this visible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So today I am going to give some introduction about the available laws in India and what all are considered about the cyber crimes and offences which have been done in some cyber spaces, and what are the things are said to be criminal events. Even every day many novice and technical people also, they are trying to use the cyber world. Nowadays kids also using the mobile phones, but we don't know how what are the barrier or the boundaries of such utilities, like right, many of them doesn't know either it is a criminal or act or not. Okay, even though they are not knowing such a things, they are trying to misuse such a facilities. So I hope this session will be a wonderful things that can show what are the things need to be done and which cannot be done. Okay, I will show some set of things which are available in our country. So here every day that the growth of cyberspace is increasing day by day due to several reasons, like even that economic reasons and growth of the technology and the use of mobile devices and roaming things, migrations. Lot of reasons are behind that. So we are. It is not possible to away from those cyberspace. So nowadays it is a necessary activity. Every day it is, we cannot eliminate such activities because everyone will try to use that internet through their mobile phones or handheld devices or PDAs or laptops as like that. So we cannot eliminate such activities on every day. And what are the need for the cyber law? So we want to know about that tackling the cyber crimes. That's why we need a cyber law, and we want to protect our intellectual property rights and copyrights against that Protection Act, like the company wise or the person wise or worldwide or the country wise. We are having a lot of resources and many highly secret things are available in our military point of view, so that things are need to be protected. So we want to know about the criminal acts and what are the laws are available and what are the things need to be done in future. So these are the laws are available in our India. So IT Act passed in 2000, Internet in India, implementation of cyber law and reasons for delay in implementation of cyber law in India. Like IT Acts are already available, like Information Technology Acts that produces some set of amendments, and that the set of acts like 46, 47, 73 as like that, these things are helpful for us. But even though these laws are helpful, but it is not directly capable to utilizing that punishments, or because like whenever that the person is affected, the affected things or the compensation things are not equal to the punishment which is given by the law. So what are the provisions are given by IT Act? So nowadays that the IT Acts are capable to give in several different sectors, like on network, on personal assets, on their company resources, like that. So the email would have be valid, and whether it is a valid one. Even every day we are trying to get some uh, mobile spam things and unwanted links as like that. So we have to check either it is a valid one or not. And the companies shall now be able to carry out electronic commerce using legal infrastructures, like many transactions are done through that internet only, and digital signatures are used for these contracts. So these are the provisions are available, but what is said to be cybercrime? The cybercrime is nothing but the criminal acts whichever is done at that background of the internet. Either it is a harmful one or harmless one. If they are trying to pretend to use that backend information, or they are trying to demolish any asset of someone, either it can be a company or country or a person's asset, it is considered as a criminal act. So these are the examples. Like a cybercrime against persons is one of the example is Melissa virus, Lovebug virus. So what is the nature of that Melissa virus and Lovebug virus means? So the Melissa virus and Lovebug virus is all distributed through your mobile or your email contacts. So when you are clicking such a spam mail, automatically it will try to collect your contact list and it will send that the informations which are said to be not pretended to you will be distributed to all those contacts. So you will be treated as a criminal. Do you understand? But it is not done by you. But the thing is, when you are opening a mail, automatically the virus may be spreaded onto that your contact list. The next one is cyber crimes against property. So against property in the sense, it is one of the thing of demolishing entire network or that company profiles as like that, or web pages as like that. So the last one is criminal things against the government. The government is like many terrorism groups are available. For an example, Al Qaeda. So their motivation is demanding something from the government and misusing the resources, and for their purposes they are threatening the people. So these all are considered as a crime. So I will move on to that. So what are the different type of criminals are available? There are 5 types of criminals are there. One is said to be the social engineer, and the next one is spear fisher, and the hacker, and the rogue employee, and ransom artist. So what are the roles of them? So the social engineer is looking as a very honest one, and they will be trying to retrieving the information using social movements with you. Like as a bank related people or insurance related people, or as like our friends or like our surroundings, they will be trying to seek your password or the personal information as like that. The second one is the spear fisher. The fishers are the persons, those they are trying to gather that information from you. They will be using the phishing mails as like SMS link or video link as like that. So like this much discount you can get it from this company as like that. So they will be trying to infringe your mobile data or videos or pictures as like that. And the third one is hacker. So the hacker will hack that or tamper your password, or they can crack your personal things like the account number, credit card number, or they can try to spoof your network as like that. And the rogue employee, so the rogue employee who, when he is having some vengeance on the previous companies, they may try to be as like a enemies. And the last one is ransom artist. The ransom artist will try to gain some money from those people, those they are handling their transactions, bank transactions, or any of the internet transactions, or a company files transactions as like that. So the social engineer is a cyber criminal pretending to be someone else, can tricks and unexpected employees to compromise the data. So one scenario is a spoof email purporting to be from the CEO of the company directs and company to send a PDF with employees the like 1099 tax forms for an upcoming meeting with the Internal Revenue Service. The social engineer is able to capture personally identifiable information. Like it's like as the Aadhaar ID. Like each and every company, they will be having their identity number. So they will be using such a personal information of other employees. So what are the things can be done? Based upon the tax form, they are using the personal information of the employees. And Spearfisher, it is a social threat factored into just under 1/3 of confirmed data breaches, with phishing a tactic used in 92% of social related attacks. An email can appear to be from a legitimate sender, but actually contain a malicious attachment or link that can give spearfishers access to banking credentials, trade secrets, and other information that they are able to access. Hacker. So hackers are nearly 2/3 of confirmed data breaches involved leveraging weak default or stolen passwords. The malware possesses secret threats. It can capture keystrokes from an infected devices even if employees use strong passwords. So this is very harmful one, and they may try to use their passwords and their informations with the special characters and a combination of upper or lowercase letters. Nowadays, many attacks are available like a birthday attack, dictionary attack, brute force attack, things like that. Easily they can tamper their passwords. Even though they are using the strong passwords, the first line of the defense against hackers, according to Tim Francis, use multi-factor authentication, enforce strong password requirements, patch operating systems, software and apps that increase the redundancy and bandwidth. So the thing is, so rotation password, you can use the rotation password and you can use that multi-layer security, not only depending with that only a password or only a OTP or only a captcha as like that. So it is better to use the multi-layer security mechanisms like the multi-factor authentication. Even many authentication facilities are available nowadays as like a fingerprint, face recognition, iris recognition, hair recognition, so many footprint recognition. So many things are available nowadays. It is better to use more than one combination. So nowadays, the oftenly we are using OTP kind of uh, multi-device security systems. And rogue employee, already I told what is the like disgruntled employees. So those they want to gather the information or want to demolish the previous information about that X companies. And ransom artists. So bad actors have been modified codes and implementing new ransom attack methods, sparking a rise in ransomware as the fifth most common form of malware, up from the 22nd most common in the 2014 Verizon data breach incident report. So these things are already available and these are proved one. And many companies are paying ransom often via anonymous Bitcoin payments to have their data restored. So still we are having such a threatening things. Now I am coming to that. So the previous slide I showed what are the different type of criminals. Now I am going to show that what all are the acts are considered as a cybercrime. So what is cybercrime? The cybercrime is an unlawful act.
Ma'am, we are unable to see your screen, ma'am.
Ma'am, we are able to see your screen. Yashwant, please try to pin ma'am's screen. Then you can see it in the full mode.
It means I am saying her presentation.
No, the presentation of the ma'am is not visible.
Wait, I'll share it.
Yeah, ma'am. Now it is visible for us.
Okay. So I hope this one already I showed to you. Have you seen it? Okay, fine. From
Yes,
here I skipped to that different type of criminals. So what is the definition of the ransom artist? Rogue employee, hacker, spearfisher, social engineer, and I described about the 5 types of cyber criminals. Okay, so in which way they can try to gather the information from you. And now I am going to show that type of cyber crimes. So what is said to be a crime? So the crime which is any criminal activities which is spoiling something. Either it can spoil that person's mentality and they can intuit to make suicide, and they can try to make use of their personal informations from their digital backups, like either it can be a cloud backup or a mobile phone or a laptop, any computer evidence or computer related devices. So any unlawful act wherein the electronic communication device. So it can be any kind of electronic communication device. It is need not to be a personal file or something. So anything which is used by that your electronic communication device through mobile phone or through palm top or to desktop through or any other cloud storage via cloud backup. So it either as a tool, it can be used as a tool, or it can target such a particular device, or both. So it should not be an unlawful one. Already I told what are the things are lawful one. So here any unlawful act bearing the electronic communication device is either a tool or a target or both. What do you mean, ma'am? Like the tool means you can use your mobile phone as a tool. You may also make it as a incident, that the incident can be done by you, or anyone can target you or your device. So both are considering as the unlawful act. So we should be very clear and careful while we are using our electronic communication devices. So the same device can be converted as a tool. Either it can be done intentionally or unintentionally. Even though suppose you are using the public Wi-Fi, okay, unwantedly it can be popped up on your screen, and automatically it might be communicated together with that Wi-Fi. Okay, in case you provided such an option in your device. Okay, but using such a content is definitely said to be an unlawful act. So we should be very careful while we are sharing our Bluetooth or our Wi-Fi or utilizing the public Wi-Fi or not. Okay, so this is a one example that I am saying. And the next one is from that part of yours do justice definition, cyber crimes are any violation of criminal law that involve knowledge of computer technology for their perpetration, investigation, or prosecution. Okay, either you may use it, or you can perpetrate it, or you can investigate it, or through that prosecutions. So using a computer technology like that, they're not only a technical people, even though he is not having the technical knowledge of those ECD, that is electronic communication device, also can be considered as a criminal. So what are the 3 types of cyber crimes are there? The cyber crime against individual, cyber crime against property, cyber crime against nation. These are the 3 major cyber crimes. So the first one is like against individual means you may be targeted by someone, or you can target someone. Okay, so internet grooming, stalking, harassment, extortion, pedophilia. These are some examples of cybercrime against individuals. And cybercrime against property means illegal access. Either it can be a direct attack or an indirect attack. So direct attack means directly that the owner may come to know the particular demolition or the stealing things are happening in his or her system. But indirect means totally it is not showed to them, but they can eavesdrop their information. They can infringe their data without knowing them. That is said to be indirect. So here the illegal access like data acquisition, interception, interference, copyright, computer related offense like credit card malpractice, malpracticing, intellectual property right thefting, and trademark damaging. So many examples are available, even data acquisition from that part of data acquisition. So while you are gathering the information from the net, you must be very careful. Either it is that the owner of the particular data is clearly given, either it is an open access one or not. The copyright or trademark, you may have the symbol at the corner, even in images, or the company logo on the top of the logo or the picture. Definitely you will have one symbol within the round circle. R means register, TM means trademark, T means copyright. So already they have such a stamp, means it is already protected as their own resources. Like it is considered as their own asset. We cannot have that eligibility of accessing their information. So definitely we should not download, definitely we should not copy or misuse in somewhere. Do you understand? So the acquisition, interception, interference, copyright, IPR, and computer-related offenses like credit card chasing, or IPR-related intellectual property rights, like any stamped things, or legal things, or contract-based things. Like we cannot misuse such a things. And trademark damages. So like trademark means like Puma. Puma is one of the good example. Like Puma, Beta. So many companies, they are using their own trademark and their symbols. So that the registered and trademark symbols cannot be misused by someone. The third one is crime against nation. So that as cyber terrorism, warfare, cyber laundering, these all are coming under the crimes against the nation. So what is identity theft? So the first one is, we are going to see about identity theft. Identity theft is, the theft is done on your identity. For an example, you are having your ID card, you are having your own register number and your mail ID and Aadhaar ID, like bank account number, as like that. So these things are misused by someone and you are not capable to use your own ID. That is said to be identity theft. So your identity is trailed by someone and that the stolen ID is misused by someone. So that kind of act is considered as identity theft. The form of fraudulent activity of cheating of another person's identity. Like you cannot enter to your mail ID, but someone is using your mail ID, means that is considered as an identity theft. Using your account number, someone is getting a benefit of withdrawing money, means that is said to be identity theft. So what are the acts are coming here, means like section 66C, 77B and 419. It's some acts are said to be bailable, some acts are non-bailable. Non-bailable means they cannot coming out from the jail. Even they cannot get bail while they are having the argument. So other forms are criminal identity theft, identity cloning, business, commercial identity theft, and illegal immigration, like using their passport as like that, online credit card processing, and terrorism, espionage, blackmailing, everything is coming under the identity theft. Email fraud. So the email fraud is sending a spam information, spam mails, that I am having this $1 million, I am expecting honest persons who is dealing with my business, as like that. So the email lottery, email threats, these are coming under section 66D and 415 and 420, which is starts from that 1860, the year of 1860. It is coming to the picture of 3 years imprisonment and up to 1 lakh fine. Email spoofing. The spoofing is nothing but the sender has fooled. Instead of you, they may use someone's mail ID or some contact list. The sender's ID can be malpracticed. The sender's address header may be altered. So section 66D, 77B is coming under this kind of act, and it starts from 1860 So other amendments are 416, 419, 465. So what are the punishments can be given? 3 years jail and 1 lakh fine. Credit card, online banking fraud, any fraudulent payment mechanisms, like the fraudulent source from funds in your transactions. So it is coming under 77B section, and 466 are bailable, 468 is non-bailable. So it depends upon that either they are doing intentionally or unintentionally. If they are doing unintentionally means it is said to be bailable. If they are doing well planned and intentional one means it is said to be non-bailable. And up to 10 lakh to 5 crore compensation is valid to gain through these acts. And phishing is the telephonic equivalent of phishing. It is described as the act of using telephone in an attempt to scam the user into surrendering private information that will be used for identity theft. Even every day we are also getting from that some unknown banks. We are ready to provide a loan, personal loan to you as like that. And they are trying to gather your information like account number details and other details like Aadhaar ID details, PAN card details. So don't deliver or don't give any such details. So none of any other genuine banks will ask such information from. It's phishing through SMS. So that the phishing is targeting someone's personal information is phishing. So through voice SMS, it is going to be done means phishing. Through SMS, they are sending mail. They can send some small link. Please distribute it to 30 people or 50 people. They will try to disperse it to all those people of your contact numbers. Like a smishing is a security attack in which the user is tricked into downloading a Trojan horse, virus, ransomware, or adware or malware onto his cellular phone or other mobile devices. Smishing is a short form of SMS phishing. So you may get some link from some unknown person. They may give any attractive discounts or attractive information, or please pass it to 20 people, 30 people. So you will be gaining, each transaction you will be gaining $50 as like that. Don't believe such a information. Phishing. So phishing is a fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information such as username, password, credit card details, or your personal details, which is discussing as a trustworthy entity. And these are the 3 types of phishing emails: clone phishing, spear phishing, veiling. So what is clone phishing? Clone phishing is where the legitimate and previously delivered bit of online correspondence is used to create almost identical as clone email. So nowadays many cloning things are available. Directly they can try to make use of the same kind of information as like mirror. And spear phishing is a phishing attempt direct at a particular individual or a company. And veiling is a phishing attempt directed specifically at the senior executive or another high profile target within your business. Data diddling. So what is data diddling? It is a type of cybercrime in which data is altered as it is entered into a computer system, most often by a data entry clerk or a computer virus. So nowadays the virus as like a Trojan or new.exe, like that several viruses are available. So it is said to be harmless until you are clicking. Okay, once if you are clicking, that can be try to demolish your system, or they can spread several worms on those contact list. Farming. So the farming is, this is the one example which is showed in the screen. The attack where the victim is deceived by a fake website to enter sensitive information like PIN number, password, Aadhaar ID, and redirecting the network traffic from genuine website to the fake one. Impersonating refers to the offender creating a web page or sending emails or instant messages over the internet using either a name of domain name of the victim with the intention of harming, defrauding, intimidating, and threatening the other person. So totally it is said to be fake, but they will try to use of someone's name. And spamming. So every day you will have a junk of emails on your spam folder. So many type of spamming things are like instant message spam. IM spam means instant message spam. Use the news group. So you, in case you are using a news group, you may get several bogus mails and blog spam, like many unknown blogs can send some information. Wiki spam, ad spam, phone spam, internet forum spam, junk facts, social networking spam, file sharing spam, video sharing spam, search engine spam. So it is better to use repeat keywords in redirection, IP clocking, use of colored text on the same background, tiny text, hidden link, gateway pages. So this is, you should use very careful about your browser that is automatically storing your data or not. They may try to gain that information, or they may flood your the spamming mails. The target of spamming mail is your email need to be closed. Okay, you cannot use it. It's like a denial of service attack. Cyber defamation. So nowadays, this is a very famous one, and everyone is doing on those celebrities, the public, well-known public faces or politicians. So the cyber defamation is like whoever by words, either spoken or intended to be read, or by signs, or by his visible representation, makes or publishing any imputation concerning any person intending to harm the reputation of the person, to defame that person. Even the Maggie company, Coca-Cola company, Pepsi company, and many persons also, not only company, many celebrities. They are also, their faces have been morphed, and their videos have been morphed, and their faces, Twitter accounts, and many forged accounts also being established. These all are coming under the cyber defamation crime. So it is coming under the section of 499, the IPC 2018. So these false information, if it is proven as a false information, yes, also whoever is using such a messages and forwarding such a information to someone, either it can be a video content or a audio content or a, image content. So be careful while you are using a social media like LinkedIn or WhatsApp, Instagram, and many social media things are available, Twitter. So don't try to forward such false information. So if it is proved as a false information, you will be take it as an account of under that section. Next one is salami attack. So the salami attack is committing that financial crimes as like ransomware. That the main target is getting money. So they will seek some money on each things. They may kidnap your account. They may kidnap some web blogs or their personal information. So due to releasing such things, they want to get some money. So such things are coming under the salami technique. And sabotage, it is intentionally prevent the success of plan or action. So already they have some idea, means they want to demolish or see these kind of coming things are intention based things. So it is coming under the non-bailable act. The last one is vandalism. So vandalism is which one is said to be totally demolishing or disrupting someone. Either it can harm, it is a harmful one to the person, or it may be harmful to that a society, or it can be harmful to the company or the nation. Okay, so that kind of action which is trying to demolishing something is coming under the vandalism. So I come into the picture. So who is doing the crime? Who is being victimized is given here, that the percentage based upon the statistical report that the percentage has given here. So these are the case studies. Already you know those things. And nowadays, students or the kids are also using the mobile phones or that desktop computers. So what are the effects of these internet? So the 20% to 30% of internet pornography consumption is by children of ages 12 to 17. These all are proved one. And MySpace is being used by predators to meet and entice kids online, and specific marketing strategies are being used to attract children. And you also heard about that blue whale games. Nowadays, the gaming things also making them either they intuit to make to attempt suicides. Like these all are coming under the offensive acts. So offenses and laws in cyberspace are available. What are the things are available? Tampering with the computer documents, hacking with computer system, publishing obscene materials on internet, breaching of confidentiality and privacy. So these are the major amendments and cyber laws are available. Even many things are revised recently. In the last year also, many things are revised. And these all are said to be a major one. So we are coming to the conclusion. So the cyber laws are essential feature in today's world of internet and achieving global peace and harmony. But again, there is some loophole, like it is not equal and common to country. So it is better to improvise our amendments and acts with comparing with other companies and based upon that impact on the society. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable words. So,
Yes, if there is any queries, you can ask. Yes, thank you, Aditya.
guys, if anyone are having any questions, please unmute yourself and ask.
Madam, good morning, madam.
Yes, good morning.
Ma'am, Gopinath.
Yes.
மேடம் சைபர்லா பத்தி கத்துக்கணும் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கு, ஆனா அதை பத்தி எதுவுமே எனக்கு தெரியல. அது ஒரு புக்கோ ரெஃபர் என்ன பண்ணலாம்னு சொல்றீங்களா மேடம்?
சைபர் லா பத்தி ஒன்னும் தெரியல.
இன்ஜினியரிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட். எனக்கு ரீசெண்டா வந்து இந்த மாதிரி வார்னஸ் அண்ட் இம்ப்ரூவ் யூடியூப்ல வீடியோ பார்த்து படிக்கணும் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். ஆனா என்ன தேடணும், அதுக்கு என்ன கத்துக்கணும் முறை தெரியல. ஒரு புக்கோ அல்லது இந்த மாதிரி ரெஃபரல்ல சொல்லலாம்.
மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் இருக்கு ஆல்ரெடி.
நல்லது, ஒரு காலேஜ் அட்மிஷன் 2 இயர் கோர்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி எங்கேயும் தேடி பார்த்தேன். எங்க ரீசெண்டா லாயர் கூட கேட்டு அது எதுவும் கிடைக்கல.
இருக்குப்பா, இப்ப கூட சைபர் லா அண்ட் எத்திக்ஸ்னு ஒரு நமக்கு ஓபன் எலெக்டிவ்ஸ் இருக்கு, நம்ம சாஸ்டாலே இருக்கு.
மேம் எந்த இது மேம் கொஞ்சம் டீடைலா சொல்லுங்க மேம். அது மட்டும் மேம்.
ஹானஸ் கோர்ஸ்.
ஹானஸ் கோர்ஸ்.
ஆமா இருக்குப்பா.
ஹானஸ் கோர்ஸ். வேற மேடம்?
நம்ம காலேஜ்ல இருக்கிறது அதுதான். அதர் தேன் இட், நீங்க டிப்ளமோ கோர்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது, சர்டிபிகேட் கோர்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது படிக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அது மாதிரி ஏதாவது கூட எடுத்து படிக்கலாம்.
ஓகே மேடம்.
இல்ல பர்சனலா இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா நீங்க அதுக்கான சில வெப்சைட்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி லா ரிலேட்டட் வெப்சைட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு, அது கூட நீங்க வந்து கோ த்ரூ பண்ணலாம். பட் நீங்க அதுக்கு சர்டிபிகேட்ஸ் வாங்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு டிப்ளமோ கோர்ஸ் மாதிரியோ இல்ல இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு செமஸ்டர் கோர்ஸ் மாதிரியோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா தான் உங்களுக்கு அந்த சர்டிபிகேட் கிடைக்கும்.
ஓகே மேடம். மேடம் நான் இன்ஜினியரிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட், நான் அந்த மாதிரி பண்ண முடியுமா மேடம்?
கண்டிப்பா பண்ணலாம். இப்ப நம்ம காலேஜ்லயே அது வந்து திஸ் இஸ் ஓபன் டு எவ்ரிவன் தானே, ஓபன் எலெக்டிவ்ஸ் தானே.
ஓகே மேடம். எனக்கு தெரியல, நான் கோயம்புத்தூர் மேடம். கோயம்புத்தூர்ல ஆன் த வே போயிட்டு இருக்கு, அதான் கேட்டேன் மேம். இது முடிச்சுட்டு அதை கூட பண்ணலாம் நான் இருக்கேன்.
இருக்கீங்க சாஸ்டா ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தானே
மேடம்? இல்ல மேடம், நான் வந்து கோயம்புத்தூர் மேடம்.
ஓகே, பட் திஸ் இஸ் ஓபன் எலெக்டிவ்.
அதர் காலேஜ்
ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ன்றதுனால நீங்க அது வேணா ஆதித்யா, can you give some
yes ma'am, Gopinath,
direction to them, so how
yes,
to register as like that. So
yes,
the courses are already available in our college pa.
Gopinath, like you will have various opportunities in cyber security field. Like if you like generally in any engineering college they will take this cyber security as a particular course. Apart from your college you will have many online certifications available. Like there is a CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker Certification, which is offered by EC Council. It is a reputed organization. Apart from CEH, you will have many other certifications like penetration testing certification, live penetration testing certification, CEH practical certification, And you have many other courses which are being offered by online platforms like Udemy, Coursera, Great Learning, and PTech, IBM PTech. IBM is very, like, it is a leading company in cybersecurity. There are many other certification courses which are offered by IBM. So you can try one of them. You can try any of them by registering. Just go to Coursera portal. You can just register them, and you can learn new things.
Yes, that's correct. And Gopinath, already you asked about pedophilia. So it is a psychiatric threatening, so which is used by their personal information.
Okay, madam.
Yes.
And generally it is happening at the adolescence age. Okay.
Gopinath, if you feel these courses are very costly, you can just take the material and just learn it. It will be a good thing.
No, it depends upon your, many of them are interesting. I can suggest to our online coordinator. Okay. So through that online course, we may try to start a new online course. So we are expecting that the interest, how many of them are ready to know about these essence of, and the need of cyber law and cyber techniques. So here I am not much speaking about that technological things, as we discussed earlier with Sai Aditya. Like it is not purely about that computer science students. Like, so many audience, they are coming from different backgrounds. That's why we are not entering into that technical part, like how to hack and how to use the network and tampering password as like that. Do you understand? So we are not giving such a demonstration, but during our class sessions, we will be giving hands-on sessions also, how to protect and how to prevent, and as well as how to tamper these things. Okay. See if, how many of them are having interest on learning such a stuff. If you are giving a list of interest to Aditya, means as based upon that, I can recommend, or I can suggest to our online coordinator who is providing the distance education professor is already available. So I can suggest to them. So based upon your interest, we can start a new course.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Anandi.
Do we have to pay for that, ma'am?
No, I think this is not a payable one. This is a free course.
No, it's completely free.
Yes, free course.
Okay, it's in Shastra, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They are providing through Shastra only.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, we'll have a poll and let you know, ma'am.
Yes, Abhishek.
We'll have a poll and let you know, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's good. Anything else?
Madam, the free course யார்ட்ட கேக்குறது மேடம்?
அதான்ப்பா, இப்போ நீங்க எவ்வளவு பேர் இன்ட்ரஸ்டடா இருக்கீங்கங்கறது தெரிஞ்சிட்டு வேணா we can give some course in this domain, because many of them not having the awareness of this course.
Okay madam.
காலேஜ்ல அந்த கோர்சஸ் இருக்கு, எங்க ஸ்டூடண்ட்ஸ் வந்து படிக்கிறாங்க. இப்போ இது வந்து பப்ளிக்கா ஆன்லைன்ல எல்லாருக்கும் அது ரீச் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா இது ஒரு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எஜுகேஷன் கோர்ஸ் தான் நாங்க அதை கன்வெர்ட் பண்ண முடியும். அப்படி கன்வெர்ட் பண்ண ஆன்லைன் கோர்ஸ் தான் நாங்க இதை கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணணும்னா அதுக்கு பெர்மிஷன் வாங்கணும். சோ நீங்க எவ்வளவு பேர் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டடா இருக்கீங்கன்னு தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா அதை நாங்க கொடுக்கலாம். புரியுதா?
ஓகே மேடம். லா வெப்சைட் மேடம்.
எஸ் சொல்லுப்பா.
மேடம் இந்த சைபர் லா வெப்சைட் ஒன்று ரெண்டு சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
இல்லப்பா, நீங்க என்ன ரீசனுக்காக கேக்குறீங்கங்கறதே எனக்கு புரியல. இப்போ நீங்க கத்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க, படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கீங்க, இல்ல அதுக்கான மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் வேணும்னு கேக்குறீங்களா, இல்ல புதுசாவே நான் ஒரு கோர்ஸ் கத்துக்கிறேன் மேம், எனக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கு, எனக்கு சர்டிபிகேட் வேணும் அப்படின்னு கேக்குறீங்களா?
மேம் சர்டிபிகேட் வந்து ஒரு மேட்டர் இல்லை மேம். இப்போ ஆல்ரெடி சைபர் லா பத்தி படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கேன் மேம். அதுல ஒரு சில வெப்சைட் மெட்டீரியலுக்காக கேக்குறேன் மேம்.
அது இப்போ உங்க சிலபஸ் என்னங்கிறது எங்களுக்கு தெரியாது இல்லையா? இப்போ எப்படி நான் அதுக்கு மெட்டீரியல் ப்ரொவைட் பண்ண முடியும்?
அதுக்கு இல்ல மேம், உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும் ஒரு காமனா இந்த சைபர்ல இது படி இதை கவர் பண்ணாலே போதும் அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும், அதனால கேட்டேன் மேம்.
நான் இன்னைக்கு கொடுத்த கண்டென்ட்ல ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 50% ஆஃப் திங்ஸ் ஹேவ் பீன் கவர்.
ஓகே மேடம்.
கொடுத்த மெட்டீரியல்ல ஓரளவுக்கு கவர் ஆயிருக்கு. பட் இன் டீப் மேனர் யூ ஹேவ் டு ஸ்டடி அபவுட் வித் டிஃபரெண்ட் கண்ட்ரீஸ். பிகாஸ் எங்களோட நான் ஆல்ரெடி ஐ ஹேண்டில் தட் கோர்ஸ். அந்த கோர்ஸ் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணும்போது இதுக்கு 2 தனி புக்ஸ் இருக்கு, பெரிய பெரிய புக்ஸ் இருக்கு. கான்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் லான்னு ஒரு புக் இருக்கு, அபார்ட் ஃப்ரம் தட் சைபர் லான்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு புக் இருக்கு, அண்ட் ஆத்தர்ஸ் வந்து எங்ககிட்ட இருக்கிற ஆத்தரும் இதுவும் சேமா அப்படிங்கிறது தெரியல. நீங்க உங்க ஆத்தர் நேம் சொன்னீங்கன்னா if that the material is available, I'll try to make use of it.
ஓகே மேடம், ஓகே மேடம்.
Guys, we will be having more technical sessions on cyber security, ethical hacking. We will be conducting webinars, workshops, and much more things. So
Okay, sir.
in that time, you can learn more things and you can get clarified about what to learn, how to proceed in this field.
ஓகே ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார்.
Okay. So
Can I know the timings?
yes, still the registrations are not open. Once we open the registrations, we will be informing you about the events.
Kindly join our Telegram group for more updates. Please ensure that.
Okay, Aditya, I am very happy to initiating you. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you
Ma'am.
very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you to all and all present here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
தேங்க்யூ மேடம்.
So, guys, I would like to say, why did we start OWASP? So, generally, there are many other clubs like you will have DSC Shastra University, you will have RCS Robotics Club of Shastra, you have Daksh, and there are many other events which are going on in Shastra University. And most of them are generally related to app development, web development, and coding, and all those stuff. But we will not have many opportunities to explore this field, like explore cyber security. So that's where I and my friend have contacted OWASP and we have started a local chapter in Shastra University. I would like to thank Prabhu sir, who is the chapter coordinator of Shastra University. He is specialized in cryptography, embedded systems, and computer architecture. And next we go for Abhishek Rajkumar. He is one of our chapter leader. He is a cyber security researcher. So Abhishek, please.
So my voice is audible?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a nice technical talk from Kavita ma'am, and she just gave a small trailer about what is cyber security. So hello everyone, and I am Abhishek. So basically I am a cyber security researcher and young enthusiast. So I am a fresher in Shastra University learning computer science engineering. So as Sai Aditya said, why we started OWASP, and he had explained everything. And there is a Telegram group available for this OWASP chapter, and please ensure that you join that so that you get the latest updates. And I have an interesting fact to tell that you. In 2015 survey, there was 1.5 lakh hackers being employed in China, and there was 50,000 hackers being employed in Pakistan, but only 556 hackers were being employed in 2015. And now you can ensure that how the job opportunity will be in upcoming years. So cybersecurity is a great field. If you are interested, you can come in, and the only thing is you should learn a lot and you should be updating daily. Thank you.
So it's actually, even I am a chapter leader. I am a CEH and digital forensics enthusiast. So I would like to say about the importance of cybersecurity. The internet has become an integral part of today's generation for many people. Like many students, many adult people, and many old age people are nowadays using internet. From banking, traveling, studying, and shopping, internet has touched every aspect of our life. With the growing use of internet by people, protecting important information has even become a necessity. A computer that is not having appropriate security controls and which can be infected easily by some malicious logic are to be protected. Number of infected pages and malicious websites are being increasing rapidly. So I would like to say one point. We are thinking that we are secure, but actually we are unsecure. We have an illusion of security, but we don't have security. So we need to conduct more awareness camps. We need to bring this awareness among all the people. And hacking of important data, network outages, computer virus, and other cyber related threats affect our lives that range from minor inconvenience to serious incidents. So guys, how many of you know about Mafia Boy? Anyone heard about him? Okay, so who is this Mafia Boy? Before saying about Mafia Boy, I would like to say one point. whenever you are learning cyber security, you need to have a complete grip over the topic. You cannot do anything with half knowledge, and that's where Mafia Boy comes in. Mafia Boy is a international reputed hacker, and he works for America. What happened during what happened before 10 years was Mafia Boy started DOS attack. DOS stands for denial of service. Mafia Boy, without knowing, he opened a tool and he started DOS attack, which brought down Facebook, Amazon, Telegram, and many more reputed websites. So you need to be careful about cybersecurity, because you don't know when what is going to happen. Without your consciousness, you can just start an attack against a reputed website and you will be behind the bars. So you need to be aware of what's happening behind you, what's happening actually in that field, because like a person can hack your system, and with the help of your system he can perform a DOS attack. So when they start investigation about who has performed DOS attack, then they'll catch you, but not the person who has hacked your system. So you need to know the essentials and fundamentals of cyber security. As the number of data networks, digital applications, as well as internet and mobile users are growing, so do the chances of cyber exploitation and cyber crimes. Even a small mistake in securing data or bad social networking can prove to be extremely dangerous. If accounts are not properly secured, or it makes easier for hackers or unauthorized users to spread viruses or social engineered attacks that are designed to steal data and even money. Such type of issues highlight the need of cybersecurity, and an essential approach is important in order to protect and prevent data from being used inappropriately. So by saying this, I would like to just give a brief idea about what are the events which we will be conducting as a part of OWASP. So we will be conducting many webinars, we will be conducting awareness camps in order to guide you about security, because like many of you are interested in security, but some of them like to protect their data and stay secure. So for that reason, we would be conducting some awareness camps, and we would be having some events, we will be having technical events, we will be having some contest quiz, and we will be having recruitments into OWASP Shastra, and all the details will be provided in our social media and in the Telegram group. So please stay tuned for more updates. And I thank you all for joining us in our mission to make this cyberspace a better place. So any doubts regarding OWASP, guys?
Will there be any ethical hacking tutorials?
Yes. We will be providing you, like we will not give you the tutorials directly. We will be sharing the resources from where you can learn ethical hacking, and you can contact us if you have any doubts or anything. And even we would personally conduct some workshops where you can learn ethical hacking.
Yes, Babu, we are trying to bring many professional trainers for webinars. Kindly stay tuned, and we are active in social medias. Kindly contact there.
So there is an interesting question from Purushothaman D. How to become an OWASP chapter head? Okay, if I resign my position, then you will become the OWASP chapter head. Just kidding. Like, you need to work hard, you need to gather much more information, and you need to know what is OWASP, and you need to take part in all the events and take part enthusiastically. How to go about CEH? You can go for EC Council website. Like, just open Google and browse for EC Council, where you can learn a lot about what are the training courses offered by EC Council. And for becoming a member of OWASP, we will be conducting recruitments. So stay tuned for more updates regarding recruitments, events, webinars, and much more things.
So I just want to add something. So for a basic qualification for a hacker is Googling. Try that and you will see a lot.
Yes, as Abhishek said, try to explore new things, because some of them will be restricted to their own environment. Firstly, remove that Windows and install Kali Linux, and try to explore what are the new tools in Kali Linux. Try to perform some small attacks, and you can learn more things by Googling, by performing more attacks, by reading some resources, by doing some certification courses, and like that. Hacking possible on macOS? Yes, hacking is possible on macOS. And once you learn this hacking, don't blindly try this on Google and Facebook, because they have already come up with these countermeasures. Just like I'm damn sure that once you start learning hacking, you will try to hack your own Windows 10 or your Android, and you will be disappointed by saying that I'm not able to perform hacking. You need to be happy, because only insecure machines can be hacked. If your machine is not able to hack, then you need to feel happy because you are secure. But don't get disappointed saying that I'm not able to hack my Windows 10 machine, I'm not able to hack my Android machine. You need to be happy.
So just installing calling Linux will not help you in hacking. You should learn a lot, and cybersecurity is a vast domain which has web application security, mobile security, and a lot network, cloud. So try to explore and try them. There are online labs available which also you can explore more.
So that's all, guys. Thank you for joining in our inauguration ceremony and making this a successful one. Thank you for joining in our mission to make this cyberspace a better place. Yes, first year students can join in OWASP. We will be having recruitment soon. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bro.